I'm coming in for check day 3. Got to make it across the river. It's not windy today, but I waited a little longer to stay out of the duck hunter's way because this whole levee was full of trucks and boats. By doing so, I managed to park close to the boat ramp. This place was full of duck hunters this morning. I'm gonna get across the river, see if I've made any catches. I hope it's not a raccoon, because the raccoon's what I've got on game camera going towards the sets last night. I'm trying not to plug up my sets with those. But we'll get over there and see. I'm coming in for the 3rd check on this mink box. It hadn't done anything in 3 days. So I don't know about this place. That should have produced at least a raccoon or a possum or a skunk. But I'm trying for a mink. But the box is right in here. I'll move down to the sandbar. Well, I got nothing on any of my dirt holes today. So I'm letting them hunt. I ain't even getting out. I can see none of them have been disturbed. Not surprised. Caught the raccoon yesterday, caught the fox the day before. Let's just see what they do. And I had a raccoon on camera come down the sandbar last night. At least he's not in the sets. I'm gonna go paddle back up through them again, make sure they're all still sitting just like this one. But I'll get that done and move down to the next 2 mink boxes. I had nothing on box number 2. I'm just not real thrilled with how they work, or better yet, how they don't work. I'm just not using them correctly or something. But nothing's hit this box in 3 days. I'll go down and check the last one. Maybe. We'll get down there. Mink box number 3, last one of the day. Nothing in it. I'm just not real thrilled with these things. They just don't seem to work this far south. And if I had somebody local wanted them, I'd just give them to them. I'm gonna go back to doing tomorrow. If I don't have anything, I'm getting out of here, changing locations, finding some fresh fur, and set up to doing what I do best, just poking around looking for beaver sign. But I've had some new beaver move into this creek since I took 5 out of here opening week, and there's some good fresh sign in this creek. I'll have to hit it again in a few weeks, but nothing in the mink box. Blank check today. Just a little bit of sign reading on the way out. That's where these new beaver have moved in. You can tell where he's come up here on the sandbar and waddled his little fat self up here. Created a new castor mound right there. That could be easily a caught beaver. I'm waiting to some more move in here, but I'm finding lots of beaver sign. Fresh new castor mounds where they've just come in and retaken the territory from the 5 that I've caught. I'll let the sign pick up a little more and come in here and hit these again. Keep reading sign on the way out. I'm finding lots of these little pads. Kind of looks like a castor mound. There's a lot of smaller tracks coming up right here into it. I don't know whether muskrats or what come up in here and just sit, but I'm finding a good many of those, and there's small tracks in it. From a distance, it looked like a castor mound. You get up on it, it's got tracks on it about the size of a large muskrat or smaller nutria. You can tell from the sand, no silt being right here, they're coming up right here on it. That'd be a good place for just a 1.5 or number 2 bedded and run it out here on a slider and see what it is. But I'm gonna keep reading sign on this little tiny creek. If If I was in here trapping beaver again, I would refresh this and turn it into a castor mound and run the drowner cable out here in the deeper water. I do have new beaver in the area, so that's an option, but I'll let these refill because it's a creek system that runs into the river. So as I take beaver out, more beaver move in, and I do have a good bit of beaver tracks coming in, and they're starting to do a mound right here. And I'll keep moving. Maybe you can see it. The glare's kind of bad. Let me try this. There's another active little crossover between here and the section of slough. If I was in here just blind trapping, I'd put a trap right here. But yeah, the glare is pretty bad. But that would be a great place for a trap. I can see up in there. It's the slough ends right there, and the crossover comes right through there. Comes right in here into the creek. And I'm gonna keep moving down. I got these little green trees that the beaver are starting to cut, and coming in and out of this little through ditch between here and the river. They've dropped several of them, and they're sitting right here. I guess waiting to come back and get them, but they are fresh cut. Hang on a minute. They are fresh cut feed sticks. In the process of dragging them out, so I will be back in here in a couple of weeks. New beaver moving in. As I paddled up through here, there was 4 or 5 nutria, or however you want to say it, koi poo, up in these grass clumps. And over here around this island, they was going every which way. I snuck up on them with the canoe. Couldn't get it filmed before they took off, but they all went up into the brush and bushes. There's trails all over this stuff. Be a good place to trap later when they prime up shore enough good, but this whole island right there is just crisscrossed full of trails that look like some of those raccoon trails from Iowa Trapper and Next Gen Trapper, but it's mostly all nutria tunnels that go through the brush. Might be something interesting to try. I mean, they'd be easy to catch. But just going down through here reading sign.